Hello, good afternoon, everyone. We are joining now on the fourth session today in auditorium. Sorry. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our session. We are on the fourth session on Auditorium 6. Welcome back again to the 2022 European Higher Education Fair, the 14th event of this year has reached the 14 times that we held our EDGE EF. Okay, so now today we will have a last session with two embassy, which is first with Embassy of Hungary and Embassy of Poland, because we are going to talk in the theme of study in Central and Eastern Europe. So without further ado, I would like to give a warm welcome to Mr. Attila Juhász from Embassy of Hungary, and we got Professor Dr. Christian Jungnickel. Please, if I incorrectly spell your name, please let me know. Please welcome those very distinguished speakers that will we have talk show discussion today. So, hello, Sir. Could you turn on your camera? Okay. Yeah. Hello, Professor. Should I address you as a professor or how?
Yes, okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Professor. Okay, sir. I will just address to you as sir. Okay.
Yes.
Sir Lucas, are you there? From Embassy of Poland?
Yes, I'm here, but I'm still waiting for my diplomat, Miss Carola Ionescu.
Okay.
She will join in a short.
Okay. Okay. So Mr. Lucas is part of the Poland representative, as well as Professor Jungnickel, and then Mr. Attila Juhász. Are you there? From Embassy of Hungary? Could you turn on your?
Yes, I'm here. Yes.
Yeah. Could you turn on your camera so we can start the introduction and discussion? Sir, are you there?
I'm trying to turn on the camera.
Okay. While we wait. Okay, sir. There you go. Okay, sir. Without further ado, we will start the session on this very lovely evening, afternoon to evening. We'll start by introducing. Can I ask you to introduce yourself? So maybe we start with Professor Jungnickel here, because you are here as a part of representing your country, Poland, and maybe you can have a little introduction about yourself. What is your field of research or study, and about the institution that you established in Poland, please.
Okay.
Sir?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, clearly.
Good. Yes, my name is Christian Jungnickel. I'm from the Gdansk University of Technology, and I represent, obviously, my university, the Gdansk Technical University of Technology, in the northern part of Poland, in the beautiful city of Gdansk, the Tri-City of Gdansk. And it's one of the top technical universities in Poland. And personally, just a few words about myself. I work in a variety of fields. I've been working in Poland for 16 years. I'm actually from Australia.
Okay.
A very nice case of internationalization. And I came to Poland around 16 years ago, and I'm working now here at the Faculty of Chemistry. I'm a chemist working with biosalts, biosurfactants, and digestion processes. It's a very interesting field.
Yes, it is.
About. And additionally, because I'm working here in the Faculty of Chemistry, I also created one of the directions of study that I will be talking about later, green technologies, which we offer to students on both the bachelor level and master level, to combat and proactively advance many of the problems that society faces from a technological perspective.
Wow, a very can't wait to hear lecture, short lecture from you. So yeah, I would like to give a warm welcome to Miss Carolina Ionescu. Yes, Miss Carolina.
Hello, my name is Carolina Ionescu. I'm from the Polish Embassy in Jakarta.
Yes, hello, good afternoon, Miss. Could you perhaps introduce yourself, as a brief introduction on what is your role and what are you planning to talk about in this very session about Poland in focus in education in Poland? Yes, please.
Thank you very much. I was preparing a presentation about studying in Poland. In Poland, we have a campaign which is promoting studying in Poland. It's with title Ready, Study, Go Poland. This is a campaign which promotes universities in Poland as well as scholarships. So I can tell about this as well as cost of living and living in Poland overall.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Carolina. And last but not least, I would like to welcome Mr. Attila Juhas. Am I speaking correctly of your name?
Yes.
Okay.
Attila
yes,
Juhas.
Yeah, Mr. Juhas, maybe you can introduce yourself and perhaps what is your role and what would you like to talk about in this very session of Hungary and related to the education part in Hungary. Please, sir, you may.
Yes, I'm a diplomat at the Hungarian Embassy in Jakarta since 2019. And I also dealing with cultural and educational affairs, partially at the embassy. And today I would like to talk about the Stipendium Hungaricum program, which is a fully funded government program and which gives a lot of opportunities to study for Indonesian students in Hungary.
Okay, well noted, sir. So because I think the Embassy of Poland had more to offer, so I would like first to maybe give the opportunity to Mr. Juhas. Perhaps you would like to first be a presenter for the first talk. So maybe it will continued by Polish Embassy then. So sir, Mr. Juhas. Are you ready to present, or do you want to share screen or anything that you need?
No, I would like to present.
Okay,
So actually, I would like to briefly talk about the Stipendium Hungaricum program, which is a scholarship program by the Hungarian government. And this program offers a full degree or partial studies in Hungary.
Sorry, also sir. Sorry to interrupt. You have been a co-host, so you can present if you have a slides or a presentation that you'd like to show us. You are open. You can open that. You can share your screen if you would like to do that.
Okay. I already sent the screen to you, but my presentation. But okay. So.
Okay. Or sir, is it okay if we go to Polish Embassy first? Sorry, I apologize. Is it okay?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. While you prepare, we may go to Miss Carolina. Perhaps you would like to share your screen if you want.
Actually, I guess it's impossible as I had to connect through my phone. I will try to do it from my computer, but I don't know why it didn't work. So sorry.
Or okay, sorry. Apologize for the technical technically it is a participant. Oh yeah, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Dita. I will be your moderator. And yes, so perhaps we can go to Professor Yungiko. Perhaps you would like to start. Yes, so I will present the opportunity to you.
Okay, so thank you very much. Yes, I will be able to share my screen. I will present a brief introduction about our offer at our university. You should be able to see my screen right now, is that right?
We see it, sir, yes, clearly.
Yes, okay. As I said previously, the Gdańsk University of Technology is one of the top technical universities in Poland. And I think for the recent Perspectiva ranking, I think we got the 7th place of all of the universities in Poland. And so definitely one of the best places to go, and also one of the most beautiful places to go. It's ranked second in the most beautiful campuses in the whole of Poland. At the end of the video, at the end of the presentation, I also have a link or a small video, but I don't know if I have enough time to show it. So maybe I will pass that on to the organizer, and that will be able to share some video material from our beautiful campus. Actually, the campus, yes. The reason why it's beautiful is because it was built in 1904 and is one of the very traditional campuses and historical campuses. So, as I said before, one of the more beautiful and historic campuses, a very good university, recently designated as a research institution by the Polish government. And that actually means it's quite a big deal for us, because we get a lot of additional funding from the Polish government to enhance our research status. And we offer, of course, to students a variety of bachelor and master programs in English. You can see the list here, and they're actually quite a large variety, of course, because we are a technical university. We are offering mostly technical bachelor and master programs. The only faculty that falls outside of that concept of a technical university is that of Faculty of Management and Economics. So all of them, architecture, data engineering, so information technologies, green technologies, that's mine, that's chemistry, mechanical engineering, energy technologies, that's electronics, and management, masters, of course. Because we are also a university, of course, we also offer a PhD. And most of the students that then do their bachelor program at our university also continue on to do a master program. So the bachelor programs typically are 3.5 years, and the master programs are 1.5 years typically. And afterwards, students usually stay on for PhD if they so wish. And of course, the whole doctoral school or PhD process is 4 years in total.
Sure. Sir, sorry if I may interrupt.
Yes.
I'm totally sorry because I was just briefed. Actually, the format of this session was more into talk show. So I'm very sorry and apologize that we will go back to the talk show format if we may. So can we proceed to that, sir?
Yes, of course.
Okay, sorry, thank you, but we're so very informed by the information that you've given, but hopefully we can cover that in our session. First, okay, thank you, Professor. Okay, now we're moving to, after the introduction, we're moving to the questions that I have here. So first question for all the representative, maybe start with Mr. Juhas. So the first question is, as the prospective students in Indonesia, we have a keen interest on going abroad. And how do you think Hungary can help us as the prospective students to get provided with a very high quality education? And can you talk about which university perhaps you can recommend, and what's the best specification that Hungary universities or education in general can provide the Indonesian prospective students especially? Please, sir. Yes, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Yes, so I would like to recommend to the Indonesian students the Stipendium Hungaricum program, which is really very actual, because the nomination process is starting now in mid of December, and we have each academic year 100 places dedicated to Indonesian students only. And we are offering more than 300 different programs for foreign students, including Indonesians, like doctoral studies, like engineering, like IT, like social studies, and all the programs are offered in English. So Indonesians don't have to be afraid, they don't have to learn Hungarian. So all the programs are in English, and they can choose, as I mentioned, for more than 300 different directions. So I think that everybody can find his or her own interest and can choose. Actually, the variety is really big, and there are also partial studies, there are bachelor studies, there are master studies, and there are even PhD studies possible in Hungary for Indonesian students.
Sure. And, yeah. Yes, sir. Please.
And the procedure is very easy. So it will be one application period, which is starting right now in the middle of November this year for the next academic year. And students can very easily go to the website and just fill in the online application form, and they can fulfill the inquiry and apply through this online application form. And with the cooperation of the Hungarian side and also the Indonesian side, the Indonesian Ministry of Education will choose the prospective candidates, and they can then start their studies for the next academic year. And this program, I think, is very beneficial, because except the airplane ticket, everything else is paid for the students. So there is the free accommodation, the no tuition free, there is some allowance. They can get either a dormitory, or they can get some monthly allowance to pay for the rental fees. And there is also all kind of insurances paid. So really everything is prepared. They just have to come to the Hungarian embassy, apply for the visa, and basically the visa fee is also waived. So no visa fee for student. They only have to buy the ticket, and everything else is paid by the Hungarian side.
Wow, a very enlightening information, sir. I think the prospectus or the participant are very delighted to get to know more about your program. So if I may ask, where can we or the prospectus student can find this information? Is there any certain website that you recommend us to click on, or go to a certain sites, or do you think that we just they need to go to the embassy itself? So what do you recommend?
They can just go to the www.stipendiumhungaricum.hu site, or just simply go to the www.studyinhungary.hu site, and they can also find all the relevant information on scholarships in Hungary.
Well noted, sir. Thank you very much for the information. Okay, thank you, sir. I think it will be delightful to know that all participants can just click on that website and then go research on that very website. And let's go next to Miss Carolina Ionescu. Can you elaborate perhaps the program that you offer, and why do you think Indonesian students are what's waiting on Poland for them? So what can they expect an education in Poland? I think we have briefly introduced a little by professor about one of the university, but could you elaborate further about the general education system and what's the thing that might interest our prospective students in Indonesia here? Please, Miss Carolina, thank you.
Thank you very much. So first of all, Polish higher education is part of Bologna process. So we have 3 stages, 3 cycle framework: bachelor, master, and PhD. And diplomats which are gained in Poland, they are recognized all around the world. So for example, if there is a student who graduated bachelor's, they can go for master's to other European Union country or to complete PhD. This is one thing. Another thing is that we have a special scholarship, which is called Stefan Banach program. This is a joint initiative of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Ministry of Education and Science, and the Polish National Agency for Academic Exchange. So this program, the scholarship program, is addressed to young people who wish to study in Poland, and the main thing is to promote socioeconomic progress and to create connections with students from all over the world, with Poland, with Polish students, Polish academic institutions. For example, for 2022, under the Stefan Banach scholarship program, there were 300 students from, for example, Azerbaijan, India, Kazakhstan, Ukraine, and also from Indonesia, who awarded this scholarship and can start study in Poland. There are also other scholarships which are available in Poland. For example, UNESCO Poland co-sponsored fellowship program for engineering. This is program for individual researchers at the AGH, University of Science and Technology in Krakow. There are also programs for PhD students, individual scholarships, and tuition-free studies. And we have also a program for Indonesians coming from West Nusa Tenggara, which is called Beasiswa NTB.
Okay, thank you for that information. I think, some of our Indonesian students, which also came from that province, can very benefited from that program. And is there anything more, Miss, you'd like to add, or we can go to Professor Jungnickel to maybe elaborate briefly about the thing, the matter that he addressed before?
What I would like to add is that Poland is a very good place for study because, for example, for affordable cost of living, and also we are in a very heart of Europe. So if you are interested in visiting other places in Europe, or you have, for example, other colleagues, students in other European countries, it's very easy to travel. It's very easy because of many connections which we have. And thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Carolina. So, Professor, you may, if you want to elaborate on the the previously addressed matter that you'd like to present. I think it was about your department, or yes?
No, but briefly, if I can add some additional information.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Of course, we are, of course, not just our university, but Polish universities are generally also part of the European Erasmus network. So coming into our university or any Polish university means that the students are also eligible to participate in the Erasmus network. And for those students that, or potential students that don't know about Erasmus, it is a European program that then allows, once you are involved in a Polish or Hungarian program, to then travel to other European universities for short stays up to 1 semester and exchange with students there. So students, we often get a wide variety of students at our university from European countries that are coming through Erasmus, and also students travel from our university to other European countries. So it's quite an attractive option that it is not just restricted to only Poland, but it opens a gateway to the whole of Europe.
Thank you, Professor, for adding a little bit more about the Erasmus connectivity that our student, our prospective student can note it. And then if we talk about the program itself, can we ask about, is it in which language that your basically the education in both countries here are using? Is it basically in English, or does our student need to study certain languages before the test, or like so that's the question from us is there English program mainly, or we need to study deeper about the language itself? So maybe Mr. Sir Juhas, Mr. Juhas, you can elaborate on that, please. Thank you.
Yes, basically for all the scholarships in Hungary, it's in English. So students don't have to learn Hungarian. They don't need an extra year or extra years to learn Hungarian, because majority of the programs, I would say like 95% are in English. And there are also some other languages available, like study programs in German, Spanish, or French, but the majority is in English. Except if somebody has the intention to learn Hungarian, we can also offer this kind of programs to study the Hungarian language and culture. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Juhas, for the very elaborate answer that you provide. And then we'll go to Miss Carolina. Perhaps can you elaborate on the language of the program that you offer in most of the university that opens for international students from Indonesia, especially? Thank you, Miss.
Thank you so much. They are mainly English studies. Similar like in Hungary, the international studies in Poland are for people who speak English, who can learn in English, and who can also provide lectures in English. Of course, if there's need for, if there's someone who would like to learn Polish, it is also possible, but I guess many students choose rather English classes.
Okay, thank you, Miss Carolina. Professor, would you like to add maybe about the program that you offer,
yes.
university offers? Yes.
Okay.
Please.
Generally, the international programs, of course, are all in English, and all English studies specifically do require, our university does require English certification. That means B2 level English is required as a certificate, and we have a whole range of accepted certificates. That's around 30 or so standards which we accept. And if it is not possible, because of course we understand that the certification process is sometimes difficult and costly, we do provide an internal certification process at our language center. Generally, we do need external certification for international students, but for PhD studies, it can also be done internally. So these options are generally available, but we do require at least D2 level English.
Sure. Thank you, sir, for the information. Okay, so we're moving on after the program, the language of the program itself. We are moving on to, so of course, after the students enrolled in some degrees or bachelor, either bachelor degree, master degree, or PhD, maybe perhaps some of them would like to also continue their work, whether in university or in the professional level in your country, which is Hungary and Poland. Sorry. So what is the policy, perhaps? Because you are from the embassy, maybe you can elaborate on. Is there any working policies for international graduate alumni? So for example, Indonesian student that enrolled and graduate from the university and they would like to continue to work, what is the policy that you have that you might want to provide some information about? So Mr. Juhas, would you like to start with the... Yes, please. Thank you.
So in case of foreign students, including Indonesian students, and we have many examples like that, some Indonesian student, for example, finished the studies in Hungary, and even during his studies or her studies, they already were contacted by some Hungarian companies, and they went there for some practice. And after they finished their studies, it fully possible in Hungary to be employed by a certain Hungarian company. So from the point of view of immigration policy, and from the point of view of the Hungarian rules, is fully possible. And in case of Indonesian students, there are already some examples of that some students, alumni, right now already started to work at different Hungarian companies.
Sure. While we're at it, maybe you would like to add, is there any Indonesian community there? Because we know that work and as well a community of Indonesian community might also be important for them to feel like, oh, there are some Indonesian community that they can also relate to, other than interacting and blending in with the Hungarian as well. So
yes,
maybe you'd like to add about that.
As each year there are 100 more new Indonesian students in Hungary. It means that the students community in the Indonesian student community in Hungary is quite big, and they have a very active association. It's called PPI, the Perhimpunan Pelajar Indonesia. They are very, very active on the Instagram, especially they are on the Facebook, and they are actually organizing by themselves different programs for new students, and they are very keen on helping and giving information to each other. So I would say that there is a very active Indonesian student community in Hungary.
Sure. Thank you, sir, for elaborating. And then we'll go to Miss Carolina. Miss, would you like to elaborate on the answer of that question about the policies or any certain opportunities for alumni, Indonesian alumni that has been enrolled in the university? Would they be able to work, or is there any policies that helping them to keep their study and working in your country? Please, Miss, thank you very much.
Okay, so international students enrolled to Poland, there are some requirements which you need to meet in order to work in Poland. First of all, you must be a full-time student. And second, you must have valid student visa or stay permit. Temporary residence permit, and then you can work after the work after your graduation. This is actually similar to all EU countries. You can find job with diploma from Polish university. Students, not students anymore, but can find a job in Poland and stay there. Yeah, I would also like to ask if I can about Polish language. Just a short notice that at Madzia University we have a Polish lecturer, and we provide Polish courses. So if anyone is interested to start, next semester starts in December or in January.
Oh, thank you very much for that delightful information. I think Polish and Hungarian language are very interested, and it's quite niche for us to know where to learn. So thank you, Miss Carolina, for sharing that. So Miss Attila, Mr. Juhas, perhaps you have also the same information about, is there any course that our student or prospective student can take in the embassy, or is there any place that where we can study about the Hungarian languages and cultural, especially?
So actually we are also working on it currently, that we are cooperating with some Indonesian universities, and we are also planning in the future to exchange not only students but also some lecturers. And right now it's not available to study Hungarian in Indonesia, but maybe in the near future we can offer some specific Hungarian studies or even Hungarian language studies in Indonesia.
Yeah, so hopefully, because we are very much happy if we can learn from each other's cultural background, so we can create a more collaborative interrelation in our country, between our countries. Okay, so thank you very much for the answers. And as the time pass into the Q&A session, I would like to ask you some of the question that we got from the YouTube comments. As well, I would like to remind again our our participant, you can also still ask a question in regards to the discussion today, or if you may want to know about Hungary or even traveling to Hungary and traveling to Poland. I think they will, I think they are open as well to talk about other than education. Am I correct? Mr. and Miss? Yeah, could they also talk,
yes.
ask? Yeah, I think the embassy could, both embassies would love to provide more information about that. And as well, we are also reminded you that we have a virtual booth that you can participate or even visit online. We have it and you can just browse. Okay, straight to the question now. We have question from Mr. Rendro Jati. The question is, hi, I am Rendro. We have planned to send our son to WUT. Kindly share how to reach the right person to discuss more detail. Should you have email address of DPIC? So I'm not sure to whom should I ask, because I'm apologize that I haven't known where the WUT. Perhaps three of you would want to enlighten me in that matter. The WUT.
Can I?
Sure, Miss Carolina. Thank you.
I guess that it's Warsaw University of Technology. First of all, they have their website, so you can easily find contact details. There's also a website study.gov.pl. where we provided information about Polish universities. So not only like Warsaw University of Technology, but many other leading universities in Poland. There are also informations about living in Poland, visa process, and even what you can do in your free time in Poland. So you are all invited to visit this website.
Sure. Thank you, Miss, for elaborating. And then the next question that we have is from Apologetica Parakletos. Hi, could you elaborate admission process for bachelor program? What we have to prepare? This is for both embassies, for both, yes. Is there maybe Mr. Juhas would like to, maybe the general process of admission? Maybe you can share like what to do first. Is it like a test, or what do they need in a certain stages of admission process in general? What do we need to do? Please, sir.
Yes, please. So it actually depends on each university, or depends on the type of scholarship. So in case of the Stipendium Hungaricum government scholarship program, there is, as I mentioned, there is an online application process. And during this process, they have to fulfill the different requirements in the online application, and then they will be also interviewed by the Hungary University where they want to, or the applicant want to study, and have to show the English proficiency and have to prove the qualification. And actually it depends on the university and on the program that what are the exact requirements. And after somebody got approved and accepted to the university, have to come to our embassy for the so-called long-term study visa, and we will assist the applicant to by email. We will let the applicant know all the requirements and all documents and all the application forms to be filled in, and we will help through the entire procedure. And in the end, the applicant is coming to the embassy and showing the documents. We are checking the documents, and we are sending all the documents for approval to the Hungarian Immigration Office. And in the end of the procedure, hopefully the applicant is getting the study visa and can start and travel to Hungary to start the studies. Thank you.
Yeah, very well noted, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Juhas. Next, should we go to Ms. Carolina to get a further information about the general process of admission to the university in, especially in Polish university? Thank you, Ms.
So first of all, there must be a diploma which proves that a student requires to be enrolled to university. So this is the most important document. Very often it must be confirmed by official institution in Indonesia to prove that the document is valid. Another thing is there should be admission letter from the university confirming that the student is enrolled, the type of studies, years, and tuition fee if there is. If not, there is information about scholarship. There are also other documents which are important from our point of view. Regarding the enrolling process, I guess that professor from Gdańsk University of Technology could explain more. So if I could pass this topic to him, would be perfect.
Yes, please, sir.
Okay, so it depends, of course, what you are applying for, but generally we require legalized or approved documents. We will then check eligibility of the student, and then we check English certification of the student. And details, of course, that are required by our university are available on our website, which we can then, of course, share with the channel.
Very well noted, sir. Thank you, Professor, for elaborating on that question. Okay, so we are moving on to the next question, if I may. So this question is from Felicia Ho. So the question is there any extended visa for a year after graduating from the university to search for a job? It's for job searching. So maybe perhaps Mr. Juhas, could you refer about the extended visa? I think you've mentioned before, but maybe you can elaborate a bit more.
Yes. So actually, usually during the studies in Hungary, the students are contacted, or they are in connection with some Hungarian companies. And if this Hungarian company is interested, or the student can find some company where he or she is willing to work, so actually they can the company can sponsor the student, or the Indonesian student who, after finishing her or his studies, can return to Hungary with a working permit and the working visa, which is also applicable through our embassy here in Jakarta.
Okay, Miss Carolina, would you like to add? Would you like to elaborate on the extended visa that you have in Poland? And yeah, please.
So the best way to get a visa, I'm not sure there's visa for searching for a job, but the best way is to receive letter from the company, as in Hungary. It's similar, that that person is employed, and then you have work visa after your student visa.
Thank you, Miss Carolina. Yes, last question. Please bear with me. Thank you very much for the very elaborate discussion that we have today. The last question is from Mr. Lucas Tambunan. So this is, I think in general, the question is about the living cost. So could you elaborate on the living cost that the students might need to pay attention to in Hungary, in both Hungary and Poland? So Mr. Juhas, perhaps you would like to provide some answers about that, the living cost in general for students?
So the living cost in general, unfortunately, is getting higher now because of the the situation in Europe facing because of the conflict between the Ukraine and Russia.
Yeah,
but still, I can say that I think the situation is same in Central Eastern Europe and also in Poland, that the costs of living are still much favorable compared to those living costs in Western Europe. So in Hungary, it's still possible to find very good accommodation for, let's say, like a few hundred euros is possible to rent a very small apartment or a room. And also the living costs are, I think it's not too expensive compared to Western Europe. And if the Indonesian student, for example, is participating in the government-funded program, in the Stipendium Hungaricum program, so the student is getting every month's allowance, which more or less covering the living costs, and also getting some extra funding for if he or she is not getting a dormitory in the university, he or she can get an extra funding for renting an apartment. So I think this program is for Indonesian students is very affordable. I mean, the Stipendium Hungaricum program.
Yes, thank you, sir, for enlightening us with that information. I believe that information is very useful for our prospective students. And then last but not least, Ms. Carolina, if you may, because this is also one of the closing question. So please, Miss, would you like to elaborate on the question? Thank you.
Sure. Costs of living in Poland different, of course, depends on city which you choose to study. But they're relatively low comparing in other European countries. For example, you can find room in student apartment like 150, 200 euro, depends on the city, of course, it starts from this price. Dormitory, it can be approximately 100 euro. You can also, you should buy your health insurance. So there are additional costs, but not so many. It's approximately 15 euro per month. What is very good for students in Poland, that they are kind of privileged because with student identity card, you can have money discounts, for example, on public transportation or cinema, theater, and you can have access to many places with this student card, which are issued by every university in Poland. I think that comparing with other countries, cost of living in Poland are very good still, even if the prices are rising very fast.
Sure. Thank you very much, Ms. Carolina. The information is very well noted. And to close the session, we would like to honorably say our deepest gratitude, and we are very honored that we can provide this very insightful discussion that we have between both embassy, and as well we are joined honorably by the professor. Thank you very much, sir, Mr. So I will repeat again. Thank you very much, Mr. Sir Juhas Attila from Embassy of Hungary. And thank you very much, Ms. Carolina Ionescu from Polish Embassy, and as well Professor Jung Nicole. Thank you very much. That's all for today. We hope that if the information is not adequate, please make sure that you can also always visit the websites that was being told before. And that's all for today. I would like to deeply say thank you as your moderator. We are very honored and very humbled to have your presence. Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Goodbye. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.